Imagine that you are scuba diving in the ocean, admiring the corals and colorful fish swimming by, and suddenly a huge shadow appears above you. You look up and see a giant monster approaching you with its mouth wide open, looking like a gaping abyss. Relax. Don't worry, everything will be fine. 1. This giant leviathan shark is one of the most terrifying looking sea creatures that is actually incapable of harming you. Giant sharks are aquatic organisms that feed by filtration, just like baleen whales. They open their large mouths to absorb plankton, and they don't even have teeth. 2. A leaf-nosed man with a folded face. It's already the middle of the night in the jungles of Central America. You are in the wild, watching birds and hearing the flapping of wings. Excited, you turn on your night vision device. Just to see one of his worst nightmares. Don't scream, or you'll scare me. It's a completely harmless bat, a leaf-nosed bat with a folded face, and it's not interested in you at all. These are bats, and the folds on their faces allow them to collect pieces of fruit and juice for later consumption. By the way, they got their Latin name Centurio senex for their external resemblance to centenarians. 3. Giant gavial, walking through a national park in Nepal and deciding to wash in the river, you freeze in horror. The crocodile looks directly at you from a distance of no more than a meter. Then he raises his muzzle above the water, and you exhale in relief. It's a giant gavial. These reptiles have long and narrow snouts that allow them to successfully fish and at the same time prevent them from hunting any other prey. Despite the fact that gavials are carnivorous, they are quite shy and usually hide at the sight of people. To date, there are no more than 1,000 such crocodiles left in the whole world. Well, let's not embarrass gavial. Especially if it's a girl. 4. The star-bearing mole. You are digging in the garden and notice that someone is crawling on your shovel. You take a closer look and drop the instrument in fright. A small creature that looks like an evil alien quickly dives into the nearest hole in the ground. Don't worry, it's just a star-bearing mole. The faces of these creatures look very unusual. They seem to have been blown up from the inside. They have small and weak eyes, and a star on their nose helps them move around and look for food. This star is constantly in motion. Moles touch everything they can reach with it, as if the antennae are tiny fingers. 5. Sand tiger shark. Oh, are you swimming in the ocean again? Well, then look to your right. A real toothy shark is swimming right towards you. Don't panic, it's just a sand tiger shark. In fact, it has nothing to do with either sand or tiger sharks. It is a vulnerable fish-eating shark that swims slowly in the seas, occasionally chasing small prey. So far, there have been no recorded cases of her attacking people. But she still has several rows of sharp teeth, so don't try to touch her. She may look peaceful and smile at you affably, but you don't want to be the first one she bites, do you? 6. Moloch. Well, okay, and now let's move from the ocean to the desert. You're in Australia and you're very thirsty. You find a suitable place and start digging, only to stumble upon a creature from the depths of the underworld, completely covered in spikes. He looks at you suspiciously and immediately slips away. This is Moloch. Despite its formidable name, this lizard is absolutely harmless to humans. Horn-shaped bumps on its skin serve as protection from birds of prey and animals. The spikes are quite tough, but if you don't touch them on purpose, you won't get hurt. 7. Flagellated spiders. If you have arachnophobia, it probably won't calm you down much, but the flagellated spiders that you can find in North and South America, as well as in Asia and Africa, are more afraid of you than you are of them. These creepy-looking creatures do not have a stinger and do not bite, even if someone attacks them. The worst they can do is to hit you with their front paws, leaving tiny wounds on your finger. Many people keep these arachnids as pets, and they are very attached to their owners. 8. Naked digger. If you ever come across a hole with a hairless creature with big teeth peeking out, don't be alarmed. Naked mole rats are a type of sphinxes among rodents. They're close relatives of moles, that's all. Well, naked. They are very unusual creatures. They live permanently underground and are almost completely cold-blooded, but they can adapt to any temperature outside. And their soft, wrinkled skin does not feel pain at all, so needles and thorns, as well as sharp teeth, do not frighten naked diggers. 9. The Madagascar knuckle. You are lost in the jungle again, this time in Madagascar. That's the problem. Night has fallen, and you are looking for shelter. You finally decide that you have found the right tree to build a canopy, and freeze in horror. A black paw with long fingers is hanging from a tree branch directly above you, and two huge yellow eyes are looking down at you. But then you notice a furry muzzle and realize that it's a Madagascar pen. This Madagascar lemur only comes out at night, so you're very lucky to have met it. In the rainforest, he performs the role of a woodpecker. He taps on tree trunks in search of insects and uses his long wrinkled fingers to find crevices. 10. The royal snake. Feeling fear, you look for the way home, but your nightmares are not over yet. A large red and white snake blocks your way. She hisses and waits for you to move. You know that this coral viper is very dangerous and poisonous. You freeze in place, and only when the mottled ribbon finally crawls away do you realize that it was actually a striped king snake. To protect themselves from predators, they often mimic venomous snakes. However, if you are not a snake expert, it is best to avoid contact with this type of snake as well. 11. Giant African centipede. The next creature will haunt you in your worst nightmares. This is a giant African centipede. It's big, glossy black, and it has hundreds of tiny legs. Still, if she had bigger eyes, she might even seem cute. By the way, some people keep these creatures as pets. They usually live up to 10 years. Giant centipedes don't bite. The only way they can protect themselves is to curl up into a tight ball and release irritating fluid from the pores on the skin. If you touch a frightened centipede, do not rub your eyes or nose afterwards, it will be very unpleasant. 12. The bird-eating spider. The bird-eating spider is another popular pet. It is not dangerous to humans, although it looks intimidating. It is one of the largest spiders in the world, and as the name suggests, it sometimes preys on small birds. However, birds are not included in its usual diet. This spider prefers worms and amphibians. However, try not to scare him. In self-defense, he may bite you or scratch you with his poisonous hairs. The bite resembles a wasp's sting, and the hairs can cause severe skin irritation. But more often than not, this timid giant runs away at the sight of a human. 13. Camel spider. Oh my God, another snake is coming towards you, and fast. You are about to turn around and run away when you notice a clumsy 8-legged creature that jumps out to intercept the snake and jumps on it. This is a representative of arachnids, and it looks even more terrifying than a snake. Meet the camel spider. In fact, it's not a spider or even a scorpion. These creatures belong to a separate family. There are many urban legends about them, but in fact they don't even have poison. However, they can bite. Their jaws are quite powerful, but apart from an unpleasant bite, nothing else threatens a person. Camel spiders usually hide in sand and burrows and pounce on lizards, invertebrates and even snakes. 14. Giant isopod. Now imagine a woodlouse. She is, to put it mildly, ugly, but small. What if it was 10 times bigger? Yes, it's a little scary. And such a being exists. It's called the giant isopod, and fortunately for us, it lives only in deep, dark, and cold waters. In general, you won't find it in the garden. Giant isopods grow to such huge sizes due to the gigantism of deep sea inhabitants. Deep sea creatures are forced to withstand incredible water pressure, extremely low temperatures and lack of food, so their metabolism slows down. Isopods lead a sedentary lifestyle and most often just wait until some small beetle or crustacean crawls up close to them and they cannot eat it. And although the giant isopod looks like a multi-legged creature of chaos from below, it can't hurt you even if it wants to. Just stroke it. That's all. If you liked the video, please like it and leave a comment.